AFT into a boomerang, so I'll just copy it. It's testing time, but before that, I practiced throwing the boomerang form of the AFT first. If this doesn't work, then it means that I did not throw it properly or the boomerang is a failure. Though it did return, I had to wait for 30 minutes. Alright, I should throw the prototype boomerang now before I forgot how to successfully throw a boomerang. Yup, it returned properly. The prototype boomerang is a success. Now, I wonder if this will appeal the Beast Boys. The Beast Boys are looking at me when I was testing it with sparkling eyes. Alright, although it was instantly popular, the popularity popped out like a bubble. Why? Because you throw it yourself and catch it yourself. Flying disc is more popular since you can play it with others. What should I make next? It's the adult's turn, so it's golf. I made a club by carving wood. Using it doesn't seem to have any problem. I only made one for the time being. Next is the ball. I carved wood again using the AFT. The center of gravity of the ball is not at the center, so it doesn't go straight. That's only natural because the density of the wood is not constant. However, that's not a reason to not play it. This doesn't curve in an extreme manner, so using it is fine. Next is the course. Let's make a short course for the Beast Boys first. I started to make a course on the west side of the residential area since I thought it is the most suitable place. Complete. By the way, this is the wild. Is it really alright to set it up on this place? I plowed the course using the AFT to make it into an appropriate one. Since it will take time before it becomes a proper course, I mass-produced clubs and balls. I made two types, one for adults' use and one for Beast Boys' use. Since they are all made of wood, I prepared different kinds of golf clubs. The course is sort of desolate, so I added a lot of things. I raised trees as obstacles and also bushes because it is difficult to find the position of the hole. I made sure that the flag stands out. I worked hard on it while working on the field. What would I do if no one plays this? That caused me unnecessary anxiety because there were those who like golf. Those people are mostly unis. It's fun, especially when it did not advance just as I wanted. It is relaxing and we can drink tea while playing it too. Fufu. It's my turn. I'll go with the third. Ara, I think using a fifth of your power is enough. I started seeing them playing after lunch. The Beast Boys plays more by riding horses and goat rather than the thing I made. They are better at handling horses than me. Should I practice riding too? Chapter 67, Entertainment Culture and Lamia. The outdoor toys I made were not well received, so I made indoor type of entertainment tools. First is kendama. You don't have to move around and you can play it alone, so it is popular. I also tried making yo-yo, but I can't balance the left and right part, so I stopped. I made a spinning top, but I can't teach others how to use it since I can't make it spin myself. Why does it look so easy on TV? Oh, they were able to make it spin without me teaching them how to. Since they are pleased, let's assume that it is good that I made it. I'm only making toys for Beast Boys. I guess I should make toys for Beast Girls too, but I can't think of anything since they are girls. Otodama, I had Zabuton make small bags and pack them with soybeans. Originally, it should have been azuki bean. I feel like planting azuki beans now. I can make thick red bean paste by using sugar and also rice cake. Let's get back to the story. I tied up the otodama, completing it. I made 10 for now. So, what should we do? Because I was asked so. I tried juggling 3 otodama. I can't, so I tried it again using 2. Though I was not able to do it, I at least conveyed that they should play it using 3 otodama. The Beast Girls, Unis, and High Elves showed interest in it. They were able to do it in no time, up to 5 otodama. They are even juggling by passing it with each other. Yep, I don't need to teach them anything. I'll just work hard in making more otodama. After that, I can now see several villagers playing with my handmade toys after meal. Aside from chess, I also made another board game, Chogai. It was received by the villagers as another version of chess. However, it is not as popular as chess because the Kuros are having problems moving its pieces. I also made Go. I remember the rules of Go because of a popular manga series in my previous world. Since it will be difficult to suddenly introduce a 19-grid board, the one I made only has 9 grids. It looks appealing. Good. I prepared 13-grid and 19-grid boards for future use. Now, let's return in making toys for the Beast Boys. So next one is Sugaraku. It can also be a practice for them to read characters, so it may not be a bad idea. I prepared a large board and draw a route. Since this is the first one, it should be simple and looks good. After that, I made a dice and play it first. Throw. The Beast Boys are only looking at the dice. This is a game where you don't need to think. You just let the dice decide everything for you. How about teaching them Chinchiraren? Chinchiraren is a gamble in which 2 dice are thrown into a cup, turn it down, and then open to show the number combination. No, that's gambling. Currently, the villagers don't have personal property, so gambling is not established. Gambling, If gambling is established because of the entertainment tools I made, should I act as the banker? I'm the only one who can give out a prize here. I don't mind things staying as it is, but I probably should teach them a thing or two about currency just in case we'll use it in the future. But it might be useless because I don't even know if currency will circulate in this village. This is something I have to think about in the future. I managed to induce the interest of the Beast Boys from the dice to Sugaraku and have them play it. It seems like there is a thing similar to dice in this world. However, it is not hexahedron but a slightly distorted polyhedron. It is said that symbols are written on the faces instead of numbers, and they are mainly used for fortune telling and magic. It seems like it is not something the general public know of. I tried various things, but it is difficult to make entertainment tools. I found out that I am not looking things from their perspective. The one that appealed the most to the Beast Boys was building blocks. Yes, that's right. After all, they are children. Village chief. Though all of them are of similar sizes, are these also building blocks? No. Those are mahjong tiles. I tried making cards, but paper here is valuable. All of them looks the same even if you turn them inside out. It is even hard to notice the different patterns carved on their faces. Because of that, I tried sticking clay on the back side, but when it doesn't stick on the wood anymore when the clay dries up. I tried my best to do something with the clay, but since there's no good result, I abandoned that idea. After completing one set, I noticed that I'm the only one who knows the rules and calculate points. It has become a decoration. Is the rule complicated? No, you just have to remember a lot of things. For the time being, I gathered those who seem to be free, and have them play with me. That's strange. Aside from me, everyone is an amateur. They don't even remember all the things regarding points calculation. But why do I feel that their tile throwing is too precise? I enjoyed playing mahjong, but I won't tell you the result. 30 Kuros with spiderlings on their back came back. 5 beast. 5 person-like monsters were with them. Those monsters have an upper body of a human and snake lower body. They are lamias. Every one of them is female. Looking at them, I feel like they are all intellectual beauty with long hair. I'm sure glasses suits them. I'm wondering if they could do something about their jiggling breasts. They don't have any cover on their upper body. I don't know where to look. In addition, their long hair covers the pointy part of their chests that makes them look more erotic. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm trying to make an effort not to look because the gazes of the villagers are painful. Don't be unreasonable. I asked the spiderlings to make a tube-type bra so that can cover their chest. Thought it is already too late for that now. It still needs to be done. Are you the master of these wolves? Yes. As soon as I answer, the representative of the Lamia bowed and the others followed. We surrender to the wolves. Please spare our lives. Even though you said that, I don't have any intention of killing you in the first place. Lamia. The Lamia I know of are evil monsters that tempts humans then strangles them with their snake lower body. Are you monsters that predate humans? We don't eat humans. They are not monsters. They are demi-humans. The Lamia representative answered my doubtful question in a panic. I tried inquiring more about them to Frau who was near me. Even though they look like that, Lamia is a demi-human race. They are not monsters. Moreover, I never heard of them having a habit of eating humans. It is said that monsters can't talk. I agree. I said something rude. Please forgive me, and I apologize. I apologize for saying that they predate humans. I should think more before I speak. Yup, I've reflected on my action. Then, let's return to the topic. You are surrendering. Did you fight with the Kuros? They were the ones who attacked us. When I tried asking more, it seems like the Lamias are living in the depths of the dungeon, or, it can be said that they are the ruler of the dungeon. When the Kuros attacked them, they resisted for a long time. And since they no longer have the power to, they surrendered. They are strong and tough, and they can also evade magic. Even if we climb up to a place where they can't follow, the spiders will come at us. What the hell was that? I'm very sorry. However, the Kuros are looking at me with faces saying we won against the prey. Praise us. The spiderlings are probably feeling the same. I praise the 30 Kuros and the spiderlings on their back. Good, good, good. You did it. After praising them one by one, I asked questions to the Lamias again in order to determine what I should do with them. Is the inner part of the dungeon safe? Is it possible for you to continue living there? It's safe, though our war potential decreased. There's not much damage since they waited for us to surrender. I asked a few more questions to be able to grasp their current state. It seems like their village was not destroyed but all their livestock are killed. If it were me, if someone killed my chickens, cows, goats, and horses, I'll go berserk. Do you have any hostile intention with this village? We have none. We completely surrender. Of course they won't. They surrendered to merely 30 Kuros and spiderlings and now they can see how many of them are here. Even if they have hostile intention, they'll probably just keep it in their heart. I understand. Then, you may go. Yes. You may go home. Is it alright? Could it be that you want to live here? No. It will be more convenient for us to live in a cave. Then, you may return. For now, because I don't want them to bear another grudge for going here for nothing. I plan on giving them souvenirs. Souvenirs? Is crops acceptable? I put crops in a barrel and tried to give them as much as they can carry but I never thought that they'll use their snake part to hold 3 times a normal bipedal person can. Can they still move? It seems like there's no problem. Thank you very much. I think that we just formed a friendly relationship with the Lamias. They are bringing something from the dungeon here from time to time to barter with our crops. Chapter 68 Trouble Dragon. Gatekeeper Dragon Dareem. Gatekeeper Dragon? It's because he built his nest on a mountain between the Forest of Death and Iron Forest. Frau answered my question. Although Lu, Tia, Ria, Anne, and Rasuti are all well informed, Frau is the person to ask for in terms of general knowledge. Since he has prevented monsters from the Forest of Death go south, he has been long called as the Gatekeeper Dragon. Then, is there any other gatekeeper beside him? I can imagine the other gatekeepers to be Chimera or Titan. No, only the south has one. The other directions can't be used to go in or out of here because the mountains are too steep. In general, people only viewed the south as the entrance to this forest. Is that so? Yes, well, there is rarely anyone who dares to enter this forest. I see. It seems like this place is harder than I thought. By the way, it seems like it is possible to go here from the east side where the Howling Village is but it is not recognized as an entrance. It is because going to the Howling Village itself is already a considerable challenge. Well, it's a mountain. As usual, trouble suddenly comes. It is a dragon raid. After flying over the village, it hovers over the forest while provoking us. I thought of negotiating with it first but it suddenly set the forest on fire. All right, it's an enemy. The angels were thrown out in one hit. Don't be like that. I don't want to make a move. If Rasuti is here, she can take care of it but she went out for a homecoming. The dragon is quite large and looking at its color, I know that it is not related to Dareem, his wife, or Rasuti. Because of that, I threw the AFT in its spear form to it. It was evaded. Unlike Dareem's wife, it knows that it needs to evade my attack. It laughs while looking at us. I threw the spear the second time. It was evaded again. I narrowed my eyes and threw it the third time. If it doesn't hit, I'll throw again and again until I hit it. I will not get tired by throwing the AFT. In addition, The AFT will return to my hand at my will. I'll never run out of spear before it becomes a battle of stamina. I want to try something. I threw the spear again, and before the dragon evades it, I call it back. Then throw it again. It is a simple feint. Will it fall for it? I was a bit uneasy, but it went well. The thrown spear pierced the wing of the dragon. I did it because of the joy I felt. I forgot to call back the spear. The spear reached the mountain behind the dragon and cloud of dust went up there. Oops. When I call back the spear again, I no longer see the dragon. It seems that it fell in the forest and hidden itself. I won't let you escape. Gran Maria, Kudel, and Coron were injured earlier, so I had Lu to fly me there. Since we are now flying in a high altitude, I can now see where the dragon fell. It's completely exposed. I threw my spear. The dragon can evade it, but since there are trees that obstructed its view, it sows its other undamaged wing on the ground. I'll have to end it now. I called back my spear immediately. I threw the spear aiming at its big body and hit it. I'm sure that I hit it, but it seems like my spear only passed through it as it shrank. The spear hits the ground while breaking all of the trees in its path. Did I hallucinate? No, I recognize what's happening. It is the same phenomenon happening every time Doraemon and Rasuti turn into human. Surrender. I surrender. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And I heard a woman's voice. I'm sorry. Sitting in Shizu at the entrance of the village, the woman lightly apologized. She's the dragon earlier. Hakurin. She's a big-chested woman who seems to have a jolly personality. I was surprised that she was introduced as Doraemon's Anaine, beside Harukana Doraemon's wife, Rasuti, and 7 people I don't know, given what has happened. Probably dragons too, who are also in Shizu. Allow me to introduce them. Starting from the right is my grandfather, grandmother, father's second older sister, her husband, their daughter, father's little sister, and father's little brother. Rasuti introduces the 7 people I don't know while lowering her head. A dandy middle-aged man, a gentle middle-aged woman, a woman with determined eyes, a macho-looking man who looks like a certain general, a girl with horns and tail like Rasuti, a gorgeous curly-haired woman, and an Ikemen young man. I heard their names, but I can't remember them since they are kind of confusing. I'll have them tell me again later. In other words, Doraemon's father and mother, second sister and her husband, niece, Imto and Otto. Does that mean that Hakurin is his eldest sister? Yes. All of them are in Shizu. They came here as soon as the forest fire Hakurin-sat was extinguished. I understand that they are not hostile. So, what is happening? After hearing my question, all of them turned their face sideways. Even the girl who looks younger than Rasuti. She's a dragon, so even though she looks like that, she's probably older than me. Because none of them wants to talk, I decided to choose the one who I think can speak up from them. Mrs. Doraemon, can you please explain? Looking at Doraemon, he definitely can't say something against his older sister. I have known this type of younger brother from my previous world. They are the type that can't go against their elder sister. The woman introduced as the second sister is somewhat similar. The eldest sister is Hakurin. The second sister is either the type that obeys her elder sister or the type that opposes her. My subjective view, however, if she's the type who opposes, she should have talked already. She did not talk, so it means that she's the type who obeys. As for her husband, he's a macho, but I can feel that he's been trying hard to become mayor since earlier. I removed him as a candidate because of sympathy. I cannot involve their daughter. Doraemon's little sister is probably the youngest daughter. The youngest daughters are experts in living easy. My subjective view. They won't do anything that can be considered as opposing their elder sister. Though she might talk if I urge her, I don't know her personality yet, so I can't do something that dangerous. The village will definitely be damaged if these sisters quarrel. As for Doraemon's little brother, he's an Ikemen young man, but he smells like a younger brother who can't defy his older sister like Doraemon. I can't choose him. There is no younger brother that can go against his older sister. My subjective view. With that, the only ones left are Doraemon's parents, wife, and Rasuti. However, if the parents really have the plan of talking about their daughter, they should have done it already. In addition, there is a high chance that they'll cover their daughter. Judging the remaining two, Doraem's wife might find it easier to talk compared to Rasuti. Doraem's wife is Hakuren's sister-in-law. Looking at Doraem's wife's attitude, she seems to be fine with it. She's the type that could say a few words to her sister-in-law. I will explain the circumstances of this incident. My guess is correct. Doraem's wife explained what happened. It all began during Rasuti's homecoming. I thought that she only returned to Doraem's nest, but she went to her grandparents on the mountain in the north. All of them are gathering there for a status report. Let's get off topic for a bit. Let's talk about my recent nightlife. Lou gave birth and Tia is pregnant, so the villagers' desire to be pregnant increased. Thanks to that, I never spent my night alone. It is pointless even if I say I want to be alone. Even if I argue, the number of applicants continue to increase. Before I knew it, they already slipped on my bed. There is no chance to resist. Before I noticed it, I've already done it with all the elves, all the Unnies, Gran Maria, Kudel, Coron, and even Flora. By the way, if we talk about the Beastkins, I only did it with Senna. The other Beast Girls tried to, but I refused them since they are still too young. There are Beast Boys here, so they shouldn't rush things and be patient. Anyway, my heart feels at ease when talking with dwarves and lizardmen. Rasuti and Frau did their best. They persevered, but it all went to the drain. They were swept by the atmosphere. The others also cooperated to hook them up with me. My last stronghold is Rasuti's servants, Bulga and Stefano. Hang in there. They are looking at me with strange eyes sometimes, but do your best. Off-topic talk ends. In other words, you raided this village because your niece found a partner earlier than you. You're wrong. I only tried to ascertain the power of my niece's partner. Hakuren puffs her cheeks and protests. What kind of excessively worthless reason is that? Then, I realized why she said that and why the others did not say anything. Of course. How can they say that their daughter was jealous of their grandchild or their older sister was jealous of their niece? If you're not going to rampage anymore, let's forget about it. Is it alright? Yeah, it must have been hard to be in Cieza. I'll have someone prepare chairs and food for you. Rasuti's relatives are all dragons. In addition, considering Rasuti, I can't just tell them to go home. Hooray, the alcohol here is delicious, right? Hakuren was the first to stand up and tried to head for the village immediately, but I grip her face. Hakuren, you can't. How's your wings? Yeah, I can't fly for a while. No. Why are you gripping my face? Don't mind it. When you play, you should also clean up. It hurts. You must do something for the part of the forest you burnt first. I can deal with it using the AFT, but my heart can't accept Hakuren participating in a banquet until after she has done something. Do your best to tidy it up. It was 3 days later before Hakuren was able to participate in the banquet. Chapter 69, Dragon Family. Doraem's father, Dors. Doraem's mother, Raymarin. I asked Rasuti about them again to remember their names. Doraem's older sister, Hakuren. Remembering her is unpleasant. Another older sister, Swiren. She resembles Hakuren, but it is impossible for one to mistook her for Hakuren. Doraem's little sister's name is Sekiran. Hakuren, Swiren, Sekiran. Their names are similar. The little brother's name is Damaim. I think this is some sort of test for my memory. I'll do my best to remember them. Swiren's macho husband's name is Max Bergork. I was told that he preferred to be called Mac. Unlike his appearance, he's having a hard time in various ways. I feel like we can become friends. Mac and Swiren's daughter is Hertzanuk. She permitted me to call her with her nickname Hertz. I'll do my best to remember them all. Ano Rasuti-san. Dors. Sama is the Dragon King of the Northern Continent. Am I right? I even heard that he forced a former Demon King Sama into retirement. I don't know about that former Demon King, but grandfather indeed lives in the Northern Continent. So, who proclaimed him as the Dragon King? He was called like that only in the Demon King's country. Also, Raymarin Sama, did she hail from the Southern Continent? She's usually there. They're a married couple. Also, I didn't know that Rasuti-san and Hertzanuk Sama were relatives. We quarrel from time to time. By the way, why are you address me as San while you address Hertz as Sama? I'm sorry, Rasuti-sama. It's the opposite. Address her as you address me. Rasuti-san and Hertz-san. Good. Now, come with me and I'll introduce you. Please. You don't have to. The welcoming banquet for Doraemon's clan lasted for about 5 days. That was the longest banquet ever. I only participated starting the 3rd day, which means everything started on again that time. During this banquet, the ones who shone the most are the dwarves. Even if the other parties are dragons, they were able to serve them using their vast knowledge of alcohol. This certainly tastes great. That's a little stronger than the previous one. Oh yes. How about this? Putting fruit changed the taste. It's easier to drink. It seems like I can drink as much as I want. Distilled liquor is the most popular. The second most popular is cocktails. It all started when I added fruits to the alcohol made by the dwarves since it's too strong. Anything related to alcohol was studied to the earnest by the dwarves. Soon enough, they were able to become expert bartender that can make all kinds of cocktails. Recently, they even began researching for foods that are compatible with alcohol. Looking at the dragons, it seems like their alcohol research paid off. Among the villagers, if the ones who shine the most are the dwarves, the busiest are the Unis, the dragons can really eat. Foods disappear one after another. They not only have to cook for the dragons but the villagers too. Even the babysitter group help in the kitchen while the high elves serve as the waitresses. However, they still can't keep up with the demand, so apples, oranges, bananas, pineapples, watermelon, and strawberries are served in between. Hertz seems to like them more than alcohol. She looks like a small girl but she eats more than her body size. Of course, those 5 days are not 5 days of eating. There are also entertainments and games. With regards to entertainment, there are songs, dances, and other performances. It is at a level of entertainment similar to the ones performed during weddings. There are even performances using otodama and kendama. Although I only have seen the second half, I think the best performance is the slapstick comedy of Rasuti's servants, Bulga and Stefano. However, it seems like the dragons are already used to it. Well, they are originally serving dragons. You should have performed a new one. Unwillingly, I also appeared on the battlefield. I was sent to the stage-like place, but what should I do? I had experience in working as a society member until I fell down because of a disease in my previous world. Because of that, I had a strong weapon called experience. If I perform those things that are performed during drinking parties, they will surely laugh their lungs out. I'll do mimicry. Mimicry? No, if they don't know the original, they won't get it. This is a different world away. In other words, it's like a foreign country. Fufafu. I also attended parties with foreigners. Take this, a childish magic trick. It seems like the dragons are already used to see that kind of trick. Magic tricks don't seem to be rare because there are a lot of people who can use magic here. In regards to gaming, they played golf, chess, and Go. When they want to leisurely play, they go with golf, and if they want to have a battle of wits, they go with chess and Go. When playing, I refrained from giving them alcohol and offer them tea, black tea, coffee, and juice. It is because they don't have a bottom line when consuming alcohol. If we let them, I'm sure they'll continue to drink alcohol and stop only when they sleep. Luckily, they evaluated the drinks other than alcohol high, so I'm relieved. Although there are no troubles, when they are playing Go or chess, it becomes a heated battle. Of course, I reminded them the meaning of entertainment and have the most skillful villagers to teach them. Even the Kuros are not unreasonable enough to suddenly beat up their opponent. I had them remember and follow the rules, no matter if it is victory or defeat. I began conveying the fun the game brought. The problem is the matches between dragons who doesn't know the meaning of the word entertainment. Especially when it comes to the matches between Doraemon's parents or between his sisters. Even though their matches are battles between amateur, it feels like a championship match between masters. As the aftermath, several cows and goats fainted. Since Go and chess are one-on-one battle, I tried taking out Sugaraku since it can be played by a number of people, but their eyes ended up on the mahjong table. Should I say, as expected of dragons, They perfectly remembered the rules and picked up the tiles skillfully. I expected a happy family mahjong play, but I guess I'm wrong. Will the dragons die if they don't fight? The winner is the High Elf Rise. She persevered and managed to continue playing even if her dragon opponents are not holding their bloodlust back. By the way, as the aftermath, the chickens did not lay eggs for a couple of days because of the bloodlust. I was worried about Tia because she's pregnant, but she got angry at me because I put her on the same level as the chickens. Because Alfred remained as calm as usual, his doting parents, me and Lou, talked about how great he will become in the future. That's how the days passed, and the dragons are now going to leave. Thank you for taking care of us. Dawes, as their representative, bowed. No. Half of our food stocks disappeared. Though it won't trouble us this winter, it's still an expensive expense. Ma, it's probably alright since everyone had fun. Rather than that, the problem now is that they indirectly demanded souvenirs. Although I prepared various alcohols and crops, I never thought that the things they want are the entertainment equipments, especially chess, go, and mahjong tiles. A great man does not make things himself. I remember this saying when they asked me. Since I cannot pass them worn-out equipments, I promised to send them newly made ones. And they left with me, Rasuti, and Hakuren waving at them. Hakuren? What? They already left, so why are you still here? You really want me to say it? Please stop gripping my face. It hurts. Why are you still here? Father asked me to stay to serve you. I look at Rasuti. Rasuti nods. It doesn't seem like a lie. Rasuti, are you alright with your aunt staying here? If that bothers you, I'll send her away. Ahaha. It's alright. Hakuren, my father's and Aizuma and I are on good terms. Fufafu. I'm the one who raised Rasuti-chan. Ouch ouch ouch. Ma, if Rasuti says that she won't be a bother, then it's okay. Serve her. I understand. Prepare to work to death. No, village chief. I have been thinking about it. Why are you treating me differently compared to others? More specifically, you are treating me badly. Ouch ouch ouch. Thus, we gained one more resident. Laboratory, somewhere inside the Demon King's castle. You have obtained the family tree of dragons. We received information other than the parent-daughter relationship of the Gatekeeper Dragon and Rasuti Shamun? Yes. According to the report, the Dragon King Dawes and Southern Typhoon Dragon Raymaran are a couple, and the Gatekeeper Dragon Diraim is one of their offsprings. The Gatekeeper Dragon's wife is the Northern White Dragon Princess Graffaroon, and their daughter is the famous Crazy Dragon Rasuti Shamun. Also, the Western Human Territory Evil Dragon Max Burgak is the husband of the elder sister of the Gatekeeper Dragon, the Magic Dragon Swiren, and their daughter is none other than the Violent Dragon Herzen Ark. Also, the True Dragon Hakuren, who raged the West 100 years ago, the Flame Dragon Sekirin, who raged the South 30 years ago, are also offsprings of the Dragon King and Typhoon Dragon. I'm also wondering why there's no info about Domain. Those famous dragons are related by blood. Also, each of them has a title of their own, right? This is a historic discovery. However, is that information reliable? The informant heard it personally from the dragons in question, so it's reliable. Dragons in question? Yeah, she asked them herself. This is supposed to be gender neutral. I only made it feminine because we all know that it's Frau. Was there someone from the Demon King's army that is talented enough to ask a dragon? Did it not come from Demon King Sama himself? No, it is a report submitted to Demon King Sama, so it is a different demon. That's right. Secure the talent who sent that report by hook or by crook. If that person is good enough, that person might even get a dragon's scale. Yeah, even with one scale, we can make exceptional protective gears and weapons. I'll find out who reported it no matter what. Big Tree Village. Village Chief, what do you have there? It was left by the dragons. Scales. One piece is about the size of one tatami mat. It looks a bit different from Rasuti's. If not for its thickness, I'll say that this is a flat rock. But it's pretty light. Want to try lifting it? Sure. It's really light. Hey, that is from Dawes-san. That one over there is from Raymaran-san. On that side is that from Swiren-san? No, it is probably from Sekirin-san. They said that I can sold them for money, but how much are they worth? Eto, those scales over there are probably from Herzenuk-san. She's the only one who'll have a scale as small as that. But one small scale from her is enough to build a luxurious mansion in the Demon King's kingdom's capital. They are that valuable? Yes, and there's a moderate number of them in front of me. If I gather them, they can fill a small house. Right. That's why I feel like something inside me broke. Is that so? Do you think I should sell them to either Michael-san or Beazle? That would cause trouble. You should throw them in a basement and seal. No, I mean save them. Save as in saving money or something valuable. Indeed, I don't want trouble too. I don't have money problem, so I guess I'll save them. All right, let's put the scales in a house and make it into a special designated place. That's bothersome. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I understand. Please leave it to me. Chapter 70. Dragon's Gratitude and Hakurin. When I sent the entertainment equipments ordered by Doraeme's relatives, they sent back various things in return. Since they sent it for me, I'll check if there is something I might like. There are some unusual trees, plants, crops, etc. There are also a lot of precious metals and personal accessories. I guess these are their payment for the banquet. I feel like they gave too much, but it will be hard to send them back